Follow the finger.
Restorations where all turns new. Bikes and cars revived, it's quite a view. With Kaz and Winnie, the restoration team will make these classics fulfill their dream. Watch the shades from rust to shining chrome. It's built a journey, glad you've come along. If our restorations get your motor running, like and subscribe, keep the channel humming.
Well, I've literally just jumped in the car because it is teamering down, and I just started it because I've got the tester plugged in, live data stream, and it's ticking over at the right noise, and it didn't do the curly whirly piggy tail warning light, didn't hunt. So I think today I've got to go to Southampton today to see Brian. Alright Brian, I'll be down there soon, and I've got a few gifts for him. This is a gift. I bought a pair of headlights for a Land Rover, LED ones, and I think you've seen this on my Royal Enfield, Royal Enfield Meteor videos. Obviously, you know, Land Rover, there are two headlights, come in a box of two. I think it's something like a fucking fiver or something ridiculous. They work fine. So I don't need two, so I've given one to Brian, and I'm also giving Brian the smoked dark screen for the Meteor. I don't know, it kind of looked alright on the bike with the black and the darkness of the bike, but Brian's is all matte black, and it will really look good on there. Yeah, I'm just giving it to him because that's the way the world goes around, isn't it? You don't sort of do that with mates. So anyway, yeah, good. I'm just gonna have a quick look through these. Data stream, air intake 15 degrees, airflow rate, mass airflow sensor. See, it's showing nothing. Should that say something? Let's rev it up. See, it's revving high again. That is doing nothing. I think I need to order a new one. That's dead, isn't it? Absolute throttle position. That moves, doesn't it? Yeah. OBD requirements, distance travelled, fuel rail pressure. That's pretty good. Not sure what it's supposed to be. Fuel level input 32.5%. Don't know what that's supposed to be. If you guys are in the know can comment please down below and tell me what it should be. Barometric pressure. Okay. Control module. 42 volts. Is that right? I don't know. What else we got? Ambient air temperature now 16 degrees. Engine run time since distance 3 minutes. I like this little thing. It's cool, isn't it? So yeah, if you can comment on any of these things, guys, what they're supposed to be and what they're not supposed to be. Airflow sensor. That's supposed to be doing something. That's rubbish. And I think that's the last link in the chain. No, I don't know, because what that's doing, the mass airflow sensor, is it measures the airflow, obviously, past the sensor. No shit, fucking Sherlock. I'll tell thee. And it matches, it measures also the temperature. So I wonder what kind of capacitor that is. Because you can get heat capacitors, you can get all sorts of different. I'm gonna have to look that up because they're not cheap. They're about 25-30 quid, and it's 25-30 quid I haven't got to throw around. He says buying a new set of tyres yesterday. Oh, got a new set of tyres yesterday. Unfortunately, my daughter works at a tyre specialist's. None of the ones you know on the main high street, because they're all yeah, they're all on the high street. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what I was going to say is, it does run a bit high, doesn't it? When you throttle up, it takes a bit of time to come down because it's getting no data from the math sensor. So therefore, it's over fueling, isn't it? So therefore, technically, I'm using more fuel than I need to. Stands to reason, doesn't it? If it's over fueling, it's going to be rich. And yeah, I think that is the last link in my thing. Now, here's the kicker. I've been online already, and I've typed in my vehicle's details. Okay, and I've looked for a math sensor for mine. And as you saw on my last video, when I unplugged it, it's a little grey thing that pushes it. It's like a light bulb. Push it and twist it. That's it. And then plug your wiring loom into it. All the ones online seem to be like fucking malted milk biscuit shape with a big black thing on the end of it, big black connector and 2 bolt holes. That's not a math sensor. A math sensor is just a little piece of plastic with a little diode in the middle and a plug on the end that twists in, or it comes in a tubular duct already in situ. So I'm kind of scratching my head, but now I know, looking at this live data, that the math sensor's doing bugger all. It's just basically working on generic fuel thingy. So when I need more fuel, when I'm beaning it along the motorway doing 90, which I do every single day. Don't believe me, I don't. Obviously the van wants a richer mixture, doesn't it? Or well, more oxygen in actual fact. But if it's not getting any readings from that sensor, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go and see Brian. I'm on my way, Brian. I've got the screen, I've got the lamp, I've got a box of fixings, I think. But I've lost 2 of the metal prongs because it needs 4. Anyway, that's nothing to do with this video. Well, I'll catch you in a bit, guys. And yes, hunky dory. Math sensor. Get it sorted, E.T. Get it sorted, lad. Hello, Richard. Thank you for sending me a parcel through the postage system. I have no idea what this is. Caroline seems to think by shaking it and dropping it on the floor and kicking it that it might be a mug. I'm only joking. Okay. I'm only joking. Well, thank you, sir. I'm going to open this up right now and have a look. Incidentally, the book here, the book of the Ford Transit Connect Grim Reaper.
Lies.
Oh, it lies.
It lies.
It lies big time. So, like my new opener for parcels. Look. It knows it's lying. That's why it wants to hide its face constantly. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look. Oh my goodness. My arms hurt.
Go careful.
My muscles hurt. Ow. Hi Aid, please record opening this and put it on YouTube so I can see the look on your face, Richard. Hey Richard, mate, thank you so much. Now I know I don't want to let too much out of the bag, but I know that wasn't easy for you to go and post. It is a mug.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. Got me brew.
Nice.
Oh mate. Oh seriously.
It's a nice big one as well.
Yeah, got me brew. You sir are very, very astute. Thank you. That is fantastic. And it's a 15-ounce mug as well, so I can fit an extra large shot from the 1 cup machine in there. Well mate, thank you, thank you, thank you. That is just fantastic. Big hugs to you, fella. That's really good. Yeah. What can I say? You got a mug for a mug. Top man. Got me brew. Do you know what? I'm still going to have to say it, even though it's there. I'm still going to say it. But, mate, I'm blown away. Thank you. I don't know what else to say, apart from bottom of my heart. Thank you very much, sir. All right. Take care. Okay, again, cheers again, Richard, for that. Superb. Yeah, earlier on in this video, the earlier clip, I said that the MAF airflow sensor, or the MAF sensor, is about 25-30 quid. Yes, one particular MAF sensor is. But again, going to my engine, mine looks nothing like the one that's on there. Anyway, so I've opened up the diary. The Hogwarts Van Transit Connect Bible, which basically does the TDDI, and in some cases the TDCI as well, which is what mine is. Anywho, so I have done oil pressure switch, have I not? I've done cam sensor. I have done water temperature sensor switch. So that's 3 already. I've done the high pressure fuel line switch on the injector pump. That's 4. Now look at this. Inlet air temperature sensor, fuel temperature sensor, manifold absolute pressure sensor, cam position sensor, done that. Intercooler charge air sensor, fuel pressure sensor, I've done that. How many sensors does an engine need? Anywho, on my airbox, okay, the big pipe coming up from the turbo comes up, bends around, and it goes into a little plastic, well, big plastic sleeve with a sensor in it. I thought that was a mass airflow sensor. It's not. It is the inlet air temperature sensor. So I need to go and sit outside in the van again, don't I, with my meter, with the reader, OBD reader plugged in, and I need to go through every single graph and chart and see if I can find the inlet air temperature sensor. Now, if you type that in, or air, instead of inlet air temperature sensor, air inlet temperature sensor onto eBay, guess what comes up? Exactly the piece that I've got in my van. Nothing bolts in, it just push and twist. So I can't find the map sensor. It says it's under the engine cover. No, my engine, it's not. It's not. So I need to go out there again, don't I? And see if I can locate all these new switches, sensors that I didn't know existed. Intercooler charge air sensor, that's fine. That's on the left-hand side of the hose going into the intercooler. That's easy enough because you have to unplug that to take the intercooler out. The manifold absolute pressure sensor, MAP, not MAF, MAP. Okay. Fuel temperature sensor. Sensor is located at the upper rear of the diesel injection pump on models built prior to 8th of 2006. On later models, the sensor is fitted on the fuel return line, where mine is prior, so before August 2006. So that's the year of my vehicle, before August 2006. You try typing that in and finding, when I went onto eBay, okay, and I typed in inlet air temperature sensor, and this picture came up of the exact same bloody thing that's on my car. It says, click here to see if it fits your car. Click there. No, it doesn't fit your car. It fucking does, because it's on it. Can you see what? Oh, I'm chasing my tail here, because every time I order something for this particular engine, okay, it turns out it was right. It's been wrong, hasn't it? So, oh dear. Something so simple is made so complicated by tech. Look at the thing. Yeah, match it up with the pictures. It's that's what it is. End of story. Okay. Anti-shudder control valve. On some engines, the anti-control shudder valve is fitted to the inlet manifold to reduce vibration when the engine is turned off. This achieves this by closing the inlet port, preventing any air from being drawn into the cylinders. Does mine have it? I don't know. I've no idea. The valve body is fitted between the inlet manifold and the intercooler. At the time of writing writing, the valve assembly was only available complete with the inlet manifold and EGR valve. Nice. Did I expect anything different? Not really. I love my little big van, but honest to God, you know, I've got this issue, I've got this problem now that's still on the van, and I'll tell you for why, because I've just come back from Brian's, and when I got near Brian's, when I got through Romsey and onto the main road in, when I was doing like the 30 and stuff, the little curly piggy tail come on, the glow plug engine light come on. So it drove fine for about a minute, and then it just went so foot on the clutch, I'm still going along. No, I stopped. I really had stopped. Turn the ignition off, turn it on again, start the engine, and foot off the clutch, and I just carry on. And between when they're about 2 mile journey, okay, that happened 4 or 5 times, and I was really dreading the drive home, to be fair. And as I came back out of Southampton, and say my goodbyes to Brian, done the delivery, coming away, it did it all again, until I got out of, I think it's Southampton. I think that's what it is. Yeah, my van doesn't like Southampton. That's it. Simple, isn't it? No, as I got out of the 30 mile an hour speed limit and picked up pace, yeah, it didn't happen at all the way home, after the initial 4 or 5 times at traffic lights and all that kind of stuff. So I need to go out to my van, lift the bonnet up, and see if I can find a map sensor and plug in my diagnostic and see if I can find the inlet air temperature sensor readings and see if that is affecting anything, because all it showed when I was looking at it, as you saw, was mass airflow sensor, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Right, leave me to it. I'm going to go and get me a brew, and then I'm going to go and have a look under the bonnet. Cheers again, Richard. I say, oh my goodness, oh, got me brew for sure. Right, here's where my beef is. Okay, if we look at, follow the finger, if we look at the Bible, okay, let's just close that up. Oh, sounds like a Rolls Royce, doesn't it? Shutting that door. Okay, so we've got the air cleaner there, alright, and that little section there, okay, and a plug, and that's bolted in, right? My one, okay, isn't. My one simply unclips, undoes, and there we are. There's your little, what I thought was the mass airflow sensor, but obviously I'm completely wrong, which is never happened before, obviously. So let's plug that back in, like so. And if we go back to the picture again, unbolt the map sensor, which is up here somewhere. Okay. Remove the bolt. There's the cam knock sensor. There's that, and then there's that. Okay, so if we go over to here, yeah, there's my cam knock sensor, but there's literally nothing. There's nothing else here. So what the hey are they talking about? There is that intercooler load switch. That's fine. That's cool. So yeah, I just don't know. It's nice to look in here that we did the other day. Let's see that all nice and dry in there, instead of being absolutely dripping with oil. Really nice. That's fine. Yeah, that one's plugged in too. That goes around to the water temperature switch, which is round down behind below the oil catch can tank. Okay, well, as you can see, there is the high pressure fuel switch. That's what I changed because I thought it might have been that. There's a couple of switches, a blue one and a brown one, on the back of the injector pump, fuel pump, which is a lift pump, fuel pump, whichever you want to call it. So guys, in clearer, squarer TV land and Transit Connect world, the blue and the brown plug on the injector pump, what do they do? Is it just an electrical connection? Is it a sensor? Is it a pressure switch? Is it a fucking double-ended coat hanger? I haven't got a clue. Because it doesn't say in my Bible what that is. And yes, it does, and I'm just being absolutely deacon share of Joey ship. Call me a Joe. Call me a Joey. Just want to get to the bottom of this before winter sets in. It's as simple as that. I might even change this unit here as well. That's a vac unit, and this is fairly cheap as well to replace. So that's another pressure switchy, whatever you want to call it. Debris call it. Yeah, might just give that, for the sake of, you know, 8 or 9 quid. It's just change this bloody thing. Check your hoses, make sure there's no splits or cracks in any hoses, because if there are, air's getting in or vacuums aren't being created, therefore we have air loss. No idea about that other switch between the inlet manifold. No idea what that is. All this is tight. I've been through this already. Not found any holes anywhere. I need to take these off, I think, don't I, and pressure test these flipping hoses. Just make sure everything is okay. Okay, friend. Yaga. Right. Well, I think that's going to do it for this vid, because I am at a loss. I don't know where this thing is. It's supposed to screw into... See, that's different design, isn't it? So that... What the hell is that? That's the air cleaner, isn't it? Oh. So technically then, my van's just on the changeover, just before the changeover point, where it went to 2006 to 2013. But I don't give a shite, because I got me brew. Well, I'm going to wrap it up there. Oh, I've already ordered that switch, which the only way I identified it was by the picture on the eBay thing. I literally typed in inlet air temperature sensor, because that's the inlet air, and it's some sort of sensor, and that come up with that picture. Just one, a whole page of them, just one picture come up. So I jumped on that bandwagon straight away. That was £15.90 something. I'm so tempted just to go down this list, find the frickin' things on here that I haven't done already, and just buy them and put them in. Don't know. Anywho, here's a little... when I got to Brian's, I lifted up the bonnet, the hood, and this was... No, beg your pardon, this morning when it was cold, I thought I'd come out here, have a quick check under the bonnet, and this was properly down there, way past, down past the minimum. Now, I've not noticed any smoke out the back. There's nothing. It's all nice and blue in the expansion tank, which is this tank. So when the temperature heats up, it's nice. When it heats up, when it heats up, it expands. Fluid expands, or anything expands. So it goes into here, and then when the engine cools back down, it then sucks it back down. When it contracts, it goes back into the level it should be, about there. See, now I've just pressed that, that's gone below minimum again. Minimum. So where is this water going? That's still got to cool down yet. Again, that's dropped below, and I topped that up at Brian's from my antifreeze bottle. This, incidentally, is my box of spares. I'm just going to carry it around everywhere. It's got a diesel fuel can, unleaded, and all that kind of stuff. Jump lead set, tool holder full of bits and pieces, mallet, jack, searchlight. Cheers, John, Mr. John. That's should we see if it works? It did have a red lens on it, and I do still have the red lens because it's a hunter's light. So you wear the battery pack around your waist. Those of you that are into pest control, you'll know all about this, certainly. So let's plug that in there. Let's put the power on there. So we've got power there. Oh yes, that is jolly rather bright. Good old halogen lamp, that. Awesome. Okay, it's got a little rocker switch there, look. That's cool, isn't it? Sort of check that. Yeah, anything, you know, if one of my friends breaks down, I will be out there in the cold, wet, in the snow and the rain, laughing at them from afar. Just gives me something to do, doesn't it? Something to focus on. Right, okay, leave it there. Thanks for watching, guys. Please drop a like and subscribe if you've not subscribed already. Oh god, the dog's coming. Anyway, catch you later. Thanks, Richard, and thank you everybody for watching my channel. It makes it all worthwhile me doing this sort of stuff. Take care. Good morning. It's quite a few days since I last posted. About a week or so, actually. Anywho, I've had a delivery from Posty, and he's bought me one of these, which is my van's version of the mass airflow thingy, but it's not a mass airflow. It's just a air temperature switch. Got to get it right. So, right, what I'm planning on doing, I've not been brilliant, guys. That's what I've not made my stuff, to be honest. Let me just put you up there in the sun visor bit. Is that working? I don't know if it is or not. Right, let's get my tester out for a start. Get the old tester out, the glub box. And I'll tell you for why, because I had it running the other day and I unplugged. There's a switch on the left hand, as you look under the bonnet, left hand side of the intercooler, you've got another sensor there. So I had the van running, and every time you put your foot on the throttle, it revved up, but then you took your foot off the throttle and it just comes down gradually. Oh god, the dog's barking as a van. Hang on. Anywho, yeah, well, where was I? Completely forgotten where I was. It was only a minute ago. Oh, I've really not been good. Not been able to do anything at all. Is there people? I can hear people now. What is going on the planet? Oh, I want to live in the Arctic. No, I don't. It's too cold. Oh, right. Stop being grumpy, Edie. It's not like you. Yeah, left-hand side of the intercooler is the switch, and you got this other switch. Let me take it out of the box. It's a Mr. Lucas one, so it's going to be a good one. And it does say on there, air temperature sensor. All right. Part number. Let me just turn this light off, because this light is dazzling me. Piss off. Right. Okay, still watching? Right, okay. Part number SN B, so Sierra, Norman, Bates. What's N? Nemo? I don't know. SMB, whatever else that says on there. Okay, SMB 995. That is the air temperature sensor. Now, on other Ford Transit Connects that I've seen, and if you do a search on eBay, it's a great big thing that slots into the side of the air cleaner pipe with 2 bolts. I think I mentioned that before, haven't I? Well, that's it. Perhaps I better put the light back on for that one. I don't know. Let's put the light back on. Being a bit of a turn about this. Okay, let me just put that in a bit because you might be getting sunshine in your eyes. There you go. Can you see that now? Okay, that's what it is. That is the air temperature switch. And that looks a whole lot different from my one in there. And I'll show you the comparison in a second. Now, here we go. The reason I'm telling you all this is because I was out there, like I say, under the bonnet. I'd just been for a drive. It started pissing out coolant. Luckily, it was the overflow because I'd overdone it a bit. And so I thought to myself, well, because I already had this and this other thing on order, not the intercooler temperature sensor, another little thing. I'll show you that when it turns up. So I unplugged this, just took the wiring thingy off, made fucking no difference. Come in here, revved up, and when you took the foot off, it took ages to die back down again, which is not brilliant when you're trying to drive a vehicle, because you rev, you go along, put your foot on the clutch, and the thing's still revving up high, and take your foot off the clutch, and another get like that. See, so made no difference when I undid the wiring loom. So I plugged it back in, went across to the left-hand side, the intercooler thing, unplugged that, made absolutely, revved it up, no difference whatsoever. So what is going on? Because these things that adjust the fuel, make it happener. Cheers, Derek. All these little things tell the ECU what's going on in the engine, and the temperature and all the rest of it, all the other information that the ECU needs to adjust the fuel going into the car, into the injectors. Anywho, so this has turned up. I'm just going to swap that over now. You can hear me. Van's not been started for ages. Well, about a week, I think. Yeah, about a week. I can't remember the last time I did a vid. Anyway, I think it was last week, wasn't it? Last Thursday or Friday. Yeah, sorry guys about the talky bits at the moment. I'm really not in the place for it. Proper. This flare is flipping crazy. I am stinging. I'm just hurting constantly. Everything's hurting. I'm just finding it hard to just function. And when you try and put a brave face on it, it's difficult. Anywho, stop whinging easy, you puff. Right, so did I say that word? Oh, I'm not allowed to say that word. Oh, fucking hell. Bollocks. So, let's go and do this thing. Let's go and plug it in. And when I plug this in, you remember from the last video, I think, or the one before it, it said on there, didn't it? The MAF reading was 0. Now, it's going to read 0 because it hasn't got a MAF, this one. It's got an air temperature sensor and another sensor wherever it is on the engine. I can't find it. So, I'm going to plug this in when we're going in a minute. I'm going to go out there, I'm going to unplug the old one so you can see that it just makes no difference whatsoever, you'll see. I'm not going to plug this in with the engine all running because I need I don't want to blow it up. So I want ignition off like that, plug this in and wire it up. Okay, let's go and do it. Too much babbling easy. Oh no, I can't help it. Oh, it's the way I am. So first things first, let's fire it up. I think I'll be able to get that right. It's that one. Oh, can't find the old missus. Oh, shit. Oh, look, it's doing the old hunting thing again. Now, it didn't do that last time I drove it. The ignition's all knackered as well. The key's literally falling around in there. It doesn't do it anywhere near as much as it did before. That's the second turn and it's running. Oh shit, I need to get the key off the fucking key fob for the bonnet. Hang on, 2 secs. Well, I've got the key off. Anyway, let's plug this in. Way around. Look, Mum, no hands. They couldn't have put that in a more awkward place. So what we got going on? Okay, OBD, yeah. Entering system, okay. Read code, no, we want data stream, don't we? Yeah, data stream. Yes, please. View all items. So, engine coolant temperature minus 36 degrees. Intake manifold absolute pressure, yeah, that's nearly 100%. Engine revs, that's not bad, is it? Considering I haven't got a rev gauge on there. So let's turn that off. Vehicle speed 0. Let's go max here and there. Oh yeah, absolute throttle position sensor 0. Let's put our foot down on it. Can you hear that? Taking its time to come down. Right, so you can hear that now, can't you? So you put your foot on the throttle, take your foot off, goes back to 0, so there's nothing wrong with the throttle position sensor or the pedal. It's something it's fuel related, isn't it? Definitely. Airflow rate from mass airflow sensor. Well, it hasn't got one, but it's on 0. EOBD requirements. So you can't. Let's go back up to there. Where is it? Airflow at 0. Okay. Right. Let's leave that plugged in. I've got the key. I've got my new sensor thing in my Dewberry. Let's do this all live as we're doing it. Okay, well here's that little thing. That makes absolutely no difference. And here's that one. Makes absolutely no difference whatsoever. I don't believe it. The fan's just kicked in. It's never kicked in before. That's great news because I didn't know that it works. Right, anyway, let me turn her off. Go and look at the meter first. And then I'm going to shut her down. Then I'm going to put that new thing in and see if it makes any difference. It's making no difference on there whatsoever. So why is that fan kicked in then? Engine coolant temperature minus 40. So there's no reason for that to be kicking in. Is there? No reason at all. Fuel rail pressure 31. I wonder what that should be, because if I've got a leaking injector, I don't know what that should be, but I'm going to need to find out what that's supposed to be. Because if that's a lot lower, then I've got a leaking injector, haven't I? And to find out what which one's leaking, I need to do a leak down test. And I have 4 very, very special pots I can do that with. Barometric pressure, control valve module, control module voltage 42. ambient temperature 120 degrees. See, that's getting all wrong information. No, I think that's because of this. Right, okay, let's turn it off. Hey, the fan's running. I'm chuffed to bits about that. That's never done that before. But why is that doing that? Is that because... Oh, hang on. Let's start her up again. See if the fan kicks back in. If it does, we'll plug this old one back in and then plug the wiring back in. And if it turns the fan off, it's doing its job, isn't it? It's alright, well, I'll turn the ignition off. It threw this out a bit. Okay. Data stream. Fuel items. Okay. That's the one we need. Now, is the fan going again? It's very scientific, this, isn't it? No, the fan's not going. No, let's plug this back in. Plug the wiring back in. Let's have a look at the readings. See if that temperature's changed at all. Still saying 120 degrees. Okay. See, that's fluctuating quite a lot. Why is that doing that? Should be fuel rail pressure. I would have thought should be constant or within 50, you know. I don't think it should be going from sort of 32 to 34. What happens when we bean it a bit? See that? That goes right up. Okay. Let's go back to ambient air temperature, airflow mass. Yeah, I'm going to turn that off. The fan's going again. Bugger. I want to unplug it whilst the fan's on. Right, the fan's not going. Let's unplug it. Don't know. So the fan's not going. Let's turn it off. Fan's not going. Okay, right, anyway, let's put this switch in. Where is it? In my pocket. Okay. It's not a switch, is it? It's a sensor. Let's take this out. Yeah, like I say, the other versions, this is bigger, and this big thing slots in there with 2 bolts. Anywho, let's do that way. That's how it was, wasn't it? Let's plug that back in there. So that should be happy now. Now the reason I say it's different is because those two little filaments coming down from that bulbous part, they go through the same hole. That one, they're 2 separate holes. Right, let's start her up now and see what happens. Hopefully this will be different now. Engine coolant temperature still saying -40. That is just so wrong, isn't it? Absolute airflow rate mass thingy, that's saying nothing. Air intake temperature 22 degrees. Was that a thing before? Do you know what? I didn't look at that. Air ambient temperature 15 degrees. That is what it should be, not fucking 120 degrees. Yes, that's the result. Okay, let's put our foot on the throttle a little bit and see what happens. Same thing. Same thing. Unless the ECU is trying to calibrate itself. I don't know. See, engine coolant temperature -40. That's saying to me that the engine temperature switch is not working. Does it you? Should we go and unplug it and see if it makes any difference? Now bear in mind, this is a new one that I put on. Come on, you bloody swine. Undo. Right, I've undone it. That's the engine temperature sensor or switch. Engine coolant -40. I think the revs have gone down. What were they? They were 11 something, weren't they? Now I've unplugged that temperature switch. That sounds right now. The fan's just kicked in. 23 degrees. Airflow rate for mass airflow sensor, there isn't one, so that's right. Absolute throttle position. Oh dear. That has literally no acceleration whatsoever. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, the revs have dropped right down. Still saying -40, so something's not right there, isn't it? Let's go down one and see what that does. It just scrolls back through. Fuel level input 21.7%. Oh yeah, she's definitely in mode. Oh dear, well I'm learning shit all the way here. This is good. Ambient air temperature 17 degrees. What was it just now? Proper head scratcher, isn't it? Live and direct. Where's he gone? I can't even bloody find it now. Ah, there we go. Follow the finger. -20 degrees. Something's going on that's kicking the fan in while the water's cold. So that must be water temperature switch, mustn't it? Engine coolant temperature is now -27. What the fuck is going on? Fans on again. Fans off again. Right, I've not done anything differently. I've just turned it off and on again. Okay. minus data stream. Engine cooling temperature minus 27. See, that's it's not minus 27, is it? So the poor ECU is trying to fuel the engine as if it's minus 26 degrees. And that's why we're having issues. Air intake temperature 22 degrees. Although I'd suggest that's slightly high, but it's better than having fucking 120 degrees on there. How the hell did this thing even run? Okay, let's go back. Let's do selected items. Engine coolant temperature. Okay, what we've got to do then? Okay, so you either put a V on it or you don't put a V on it. Oh, I see what you're saying. Intake manifold absolute pressure. Yeah, we'll have some of that. Engine rev RPM. Yeah, let's go down the list. Air intake temperature, yeah. Throttle position, yeah. OBD requirements, distance travel, fuel rail pressure, yeah. Fuel level input, yeah. Shouldn't they equal each other? Barometric pressure, what the hell? Ambient air temperature, yeah, let's do that. Okay, right, we're there. Okay, now how do we make that so, Mr. LaForge? Engine coolant says minus 23, and that's a new switch gone in there. Do you know what? I'm gonna unplug that again, and I'm gonna plug in the old one. Something isn't right, is it? And I got a feeling where that excuse me, where that plugs in, that coolant temperature sensor, where that plugs in, I think, because no water came gushing out at me when I did it, I'm thinking that God, could be anywhere. I reckon it's clogged up with a load of fucking leak stopper stuff. Therefore, the end of the tip of the sensor, the part that actually senses, isn't doing anything because it doesn't know. Oh, for God's sake! Give me 5 seconds. I need to try and find it here. Right, here we go. Engine coolant temperature minus 16. It's picking up a bit now, isn't it? But it still says minus 16. Right, now I've found the original one. Here is the original one. It is a sensor of sorts, pressure sensor I would have thought, but then I don't know. But there it is. That's the old one that came out. As you can see, it's all covered in freaking oil because of the other leaking sensor. So let's change it over as we're going. I'm just gonna plug it in. Which way round does it go? That way. Okay, so that's now plugged in. Although it's not in the engine, it's plugged in. Let's go and see if it still says minus 16. $18 degrees. So that new switch I bought is fucking broken. Doesn't bloody work. That is really annoying. What about the roads now? Oh. No fan on. Can you see how frustratingly annoyed I am? What's the tick over? Engine RPM 902. That is near as damn it is exactly what it's supposed to be. Ambient air temperature 16. Fuel rail, that still jutters about, doesn't it? But I suppose the fuel pressure will increase in it when you put your foot down, because it's more pressure, more fuel. Okay. Well, that's a different van now. And you know the pain in the arse that was, me trying to get that old switch out from that side of the engine, right underneath all in there. That was a real pain in the crack, wasn't it? So the old one, works. Okay. So I've got to take all this out again to then struggle to put that back in for no fucking reason. And that other switch is going to get thrown back at whoever I bought it from. Just hope I'm gonna have to go for a run on it, aren't I? But that's when it's all empty, because it's absolutely full of a neighbour's belongings at the moment. Right, I'm going to end this here, and then the next episode I'll do a little bit of a run with it, see if it's going all right, see if it's working all right. But for the time being, I need some more meds, and I need a brew. Thank you, Richard, for my mug. I'll put the little video on of me unboxing it for you guys to watch. Richard very kindly sent me a gift. Kane sent me a gift of the t-shirt, which I cherish. Caroline had to peel it off of me to get it into the wash, so there we go. Cheers again, Kane, for that. And Richard, you're a star. Well, I always say something when I got me cup. Richard's picked up on that, and he's sent me a wonderful gift, so that'll be on in a second. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I am so sorry this has been absolutely mind-numbingly boring, but you're along for the ride with me, live as it happens. There's no trickery going on here. This is, you see it as I see it, and we have just gotten to the bottom of what's going on here. I just wish I'd have bought that meter, that testing thing, at the start. Okay, so I knew what was going on, and then I wouldn't have just gone, oh, I don't know, let's try this sensor, let's try that sensor. Obviously the water one I thought was the main culprit, but having replaced the old one with a new one that doesn't fucking work, that's the last thing on your mind that you think it could possibly be, isn't it? So you do everything else. I don't know what to say about that. I will whip this out and have a look, see if it just needs a clean or whatever. I don't even know, is that a pressure thing or a temperature thing? I don't know. But anyway guys, like I say, thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll have some better content for you in the foreseeable future. Those of you that have just joined my channel or subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. The subscriptions, it's just a number to everybody, you and me, isn't it? But to the algorithms, it means it deciphers whether my channel gets pushed nearer the front of the queue for whenever you put YouTube on to people to see it. I don't know. Anywho, yeah. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. You star. There you go, Richard. Thank you so much, sir. Again, it means the world. Thank you. I can't say it. What do you think, guys? That was really good, wasn't it? Where's me brew? I got me brew. Fantastic. Anyway, before you lot go, I thought to myself, I fucking forgot what I was going to say now. Look, brain, I've had enough of you, as you've probably had enough of me. What was I going to do? I was going to do... Oh, fuck, I've forgotten. What was I going to do? Oh, I was going to reset the codes. That's what I was going to do. So I've reset the codes, then start up again. If it's all clear, because the code keeps coming back about the injector rail pressure or something or other, doesn't it? Oh, entering the system. Better turn her on first, eh? Cancel. Escape. Oh, come on. Unplug. Let's plug it back in. Auto fix. Okay. You can't really see it from down there. Let me bring you in closer. Okay. Read codes. There is no fault codes. There is no fault codes. Okay, escape. Erase. Fuck off. Erase codes. Clear recent emission related diagnostic information. Are you sure? Absolutely. Please turn ignition on with engine off. Oops. Okay. Right, let's do that. Press OK to continue. Okay. Okay. Read codes. Vehicle has no fault codes. I think I should be smiling. Or jumping through hoops. Very slowly, mind. Wow. Oh, we'll leave it on that note because it's a high. Fucking yes. I think I've won that battle. That was unfair. Stacked against me. People stop sending me stuff that doesn't work. It's not fair. Even Winston agrees. Love to everybody out there watching this drivel. Big hugs, man hugs, and all the rest of it. Just take care of yourselves. If you're feeling really shitty and low, the sun will be shining tomorrow. I promise you. Okay, catch you later.